back to my channel. I basically just wanted to sit down with you. I trained legs this morning and I wanted to basically dive deeper into this workout. I don't usually explain or go into too much detail about my workouts. I kind of just put them on there with sets and reps, but I thought it would be helpful for me to kind of like explain what I do for warm-ups and tell you guys like what my current workout split is and things that I try to do during workouts to get the most out of them, especially legs. Make sure you're really growing those glutes, all the fun stuff. So without further ado, we are going to dive into this video. If you guys are new to my channel, please be sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. I'm posting new videos every single week, and if you don't already, be sure to follow me on Instagram because I'm also posting videos there, as well as fashion content, travel content, basically just my whole life. So definitely be sure to follow me there. Okay, so for today's workout, we were training legs, specifically glutes and hamstrings. So how I warm up on leg day is I do 2 or 3 sets of some banded exercises to really get those outer glutes engaged and ready to work. And this basically just helps my quads not take over. And I really want my glutes to be the muscle that is engaged in every single exercise, especially when I'm training mainly glutes and hamstrings. So that is what these banded exercises are for. I started with some side to side steps. I am using a heavy band for this one. And then I went straight into doing some kickbacks with the band. And then after the kickbacks, I grabbed an extra heavy band and did just some banded squats. If you need a good resistance band, I have some on my website. I have all different resistances. I have long bands if you are someone who likes to work out at home. Okay, so once my warm-up is done, I am jumping into the first exercise, which is box squats. So the point of box squats in comparison to like a regular squat is that it takes away the momentum that you have at the bottom of a regular squat. So when you're squatting, you go down and you go straight back up, and you kind of have that momentum to help you get back up. With box squats, you are sitting down completely. You're taking away all momentum, and then you are forced to use your glutes to get you back up. One thing that really helps me engage my glutes on leg day, aside from warming up with some bands, are flat shoes, flat-soled shoes. I'm sure you've seen people on Instagram or YouTube or wherever working out with Converse or Vans or any other flat-soled shoe, and it's for the purpose of engaging your glutes, because when you want to engage your glutes, you want to push through your heel. Every leg exercise, I am pushing through my heel. And if you're wearing like running shoes or any other type of just regular tennis shoe, it has a thick sole on the heel. So while you can still push through your heel, it's not quite as engaging as wearing a flat sole shoe and then pushing through your heel. So if you don't already have some Converse or Vans or any flat-soled shoe, I would definitely invest in some, and you will feel the difference in your first leg day workout, I promise you. The next exercise I did was good mornings. I feel like I always forget about these. I tend to just do a lot of RDL variations, but good mornings are a great hamstring and glute workout, and something to think about while you are doing good mornings is to really use your hips and your glutes to get you back up. Don't use your back. I know it's easy because the weight is on your back and you're bending at your hips, but try to really focus on like flexing your glutes at the bottom. It's so hard to describe. I feel like everyone has different little cues that they use, but that is what I do. I kind of like flex my glutes and then I like use them to bring me back up to my original position. If you are doing them on a Smith machine, I would bring your feet further back than you would when you're doing them with a free weight barbell. When you are doing these type RDLs or good mornings in general, something to look for to let you know to come back up, you really just want to bend forward until you feel the stretch in your hamstrings. You don't have to go all the way down. Just feel that stretch and then use your glutes and hips and bring yourself back up. Squeeze them at the top if you want. Totally personal preference. I kind of go back and forth on it, but yeah, So for the third exercise, we are doing reverse lunge to curtsy lunge. So you'll do 5 or 6 of each. So you go back into a reverse lunge, stand straight up, and then go back down into a curtsy lunge. For a curtsy lunge, you don't want to go too far behind. You want to go no more than about 45 degrees on an angle. In general, this exercise is pretty stressful on the knees, so if you have bad knees, I would avoid it or just go pretty light, do it with no weight. You don't need weight. So everyone's at different places, and obviously you don't want to injure yourself. So start with no weight, increase as you feel necessary. Focus on, again, pushing through that front heel to get that engagement in your glutes. You should definitely feel your glutes working, especially your outer glutes on the curtsy lunges, but reverse lunges are also awesome for the glutes as well. Next, we're moving on to some single leg hip thrusts. So for these, I like to put a dumbbell just over top of the leg that I'm about to work, and then I will thrust up. Keep your neck down, so you're looking straight ahead of you the whole time. This helps you not hyperextend your back and give you some low back pain. So keep that nice and straight and neutral. And then as you are at the top of the exercise, I would hold it for about a second or two. Really feel the glutes working and holding the weight up, and then return back down. And again, we're focusing on pushing through our heel on the leg that is holding the weight to really get the most of that glute activation. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say it. Just push through your heels for every exercise. And last but not least, we have one of my favorite hamstring variations. This is the dumbbell hamstring curl. So it is a little tricky to get into position for this one. I left that part in the exercise video so you can see how I do it. I stack a dumbbell on top of the other and then pick the top one up with my feet and bring it up and start to rep them out. Technically, I can curl more weight than the dumbbell that I'm using, but since this isn't on a machine and this is a free weight, it takes a lot more stabilization. So you'll be really surprised to find that I'm sure you'll be really sore if you have not done this exercise ever before or in a very long time. So it's good to switch between doing heavy weight on machines and going lighter and doing some free weights, because we need that stabilization, we need that balance and that core strength. Whether it feels like you're working your core or not, your core is the foundation of stabilization and balance. So your core is working in almost every exercise you're doing. So yeah, prioritize that stabilization, but also make sure to prioritize that strength so you can go back and forth. So my current workout split, I'm working out about 4 days a week right now. I am trying to build muscle, so I'm doing very minimal cardio. Even when I am trying to drop fat, the most cardio I do is probably at 20 minutes 3 times a week. If you are trying to drop fat and are adding cardio into your routine, I suggest always doing cardio at the end of your workout, just because your form when you're lifting is so important. And if you are exhausted from a really intense cardio workout before you even started lifting, that can result in some poor form. So I highly recommend putting your energy towards lifting. I think lifting is way more beneficial when it comes to dropping fat, gaining muscle, and reaching your goals in general. So definitely prioritize your lift. And if you can't do your cardio workout at the end because you run out of time for some reason, then you can do it another day or whatever. I don't think you need more than 3 days a week of cardio personally, but I'm all about keeping this a lifestyle and not killing yourself and making it fun and not miserable every time you go to the gym. So obviously if you want faster results, add in cardio more often, but I think it's much more enjoyable and you'll stick with it if you aren't killing yourself on cardio machines. So when I'm trying to drop fat, I do about 20 minutes at the end of upper body workouts. I don't do cardio on leg days just because leg days are a lot of cardio in general. You're moving a lot and your heart rate is up. As for upper body workouts, you're kind of in place, just, you know what I mean? Your heart rate isn't super high. It's not super strenuous. So then I like to finish those workouts with a cardio workout, which for me is, I don't really distance run. I used to a lot, and I've realized that I don't need to drop fat, and I don't enjoy it, so I'm not gonna do it. So my go-to is a Stairmaster. I have a love-hate relationship with it, but I love just putting on a Netflix show. I love doing intervals on Stairmasters. I'll go up 2 levels every 2 minutes, and that actually makes it go by a lot faster. Obviously it's harder because you're always adjusting and you can never really just go. But then again, there are days that I just want to set it at like miles per hour, level 7, and just walk for 20 minutes or whatever. Some other cardio workouts I do are treadmill workouts. I'll do like walking on an incline to sprinting to jogging to fast walking to back to jogging, back to walking on an incline, and I just kind of switch things up. Another cardio workout I enjoy is sprints. Actually, I'll do 30-second sprints, rest for 20 seconds in between. I'll just jump off the side of the treadmill. Be careful, please. But yeah, as you can tell, I like intervals, but there are days that I just do a low intensity cardio workout. I'll walk for just like 30 minutes on an incline, and yeah, so find workouts that you enjoy. And obviously it's good to push ourselves because that's when you really make progress, but also you don't want to just be miserable and hate every minute you're there. So try to find things you enjoy and keep it fun. Oh, and then of course you guys know I do HIIT workouts as well. So I'll do like jump squats and jump lunges and drop push-ups, burpees, those kind of things. So those routines I count as my cardio as well, and I always do those at the end of my lift as well. If you have any questions at all, please leave them below and I will try to answer them as quickly as I can. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was useful and you learned something, and be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys next Wednesday.